Today, we're diving into one of the most confusing and, well, damaging personality patterns out there: covert narcissism. It's this quiet kind of toxicity, a manipulation that doesn't roar, but whispers.
They don't look like monsters. They look like victims.
But behind that quiet exterior lies a master manipulator.
Okay, so at its very core, covert narcissism is really just a sophisticated defense mechanism. But here's the twist. Instead of a shield of strength, their ego is protected by a shield of constant, unending victimhood. See, unlike the loud, grandiose narcissist who demands your admiration, the covert narcissist gets their emotional supply from your pity. They don't need you to tell them they're great. They manipulate you into feeling sorry for them. Their sadness, their failures, this sense that they're always being wronged by the world, that's their entire toolkit for control. Now, what makes them so incredibly difficult to spot is how they present themselves. They often come across as shy, maybe a little introverted, and that leads to some really dangerous confusion. You find yourself asking, is their quietness just social anxiety, or is it a sign of something much deeper, something way more corrosive? And honestly, this is the very question that trips so many people up. So here's the key difference, and it's all about the direction of the discomfort. A genuinely socially anxious person, they internalize it. They're thinking, oh man, I said something dumb. They're often very kind because they know what it feels like to be uncomfortable. The covert narcissist, on the other hand, they externalize their discomfort as contempt for everyone else. They aren't anxious, they're judgmental. The party isn't overwhelming, it's stupid. The people aren't intimidating, they're idiots. You see? One fears judgment, and the other spends all their time dishing it out.
So, if victimhood is their persona, then what's their weapon? It's guilt. Guilt is the ammunition they use for everything. It's the central currency of the entire relationship.
Your happiness somehow becomes a personal attack on them. Your success gets twisted into proof of their failure or how you've neglected them. They are absolute masters at making you feel responsible for how they feel, almost forcing you to dim your own light so you don't upset them.
And when they do get angry, it's almost never a big explosive rage. No, instead, it's a cold, punishing silence. And that right there, that's a form of gaslighting. You can feel the temperature in the room just drop. You know you've done something wrong, but you have no idea what it is. This silent rage makes you question your own reality and leaves you scrambling to fix a problem they won't even admit exists.
And this just perfectly illustrates their passive-aggressive style. I mean, look at these compliments. Every single one is a backhanded insult wrapped up in a rescue fantasy. They're positioning themselves as the only one who sees your true worth, all while reminding you that apparently nobody else does. It's a classic tactic to make you feel dependent and isolated.
So the big question is, why do people stay? It's definitely not because the relationship is good. It's because of this really powerful psychological trap, something we can call the rescue illusion. The whole process actually starts with your own empathy. You see someone who just seems so wounded and misunderstood, and your natural instinct is to help, to be the one person who finally understands them. You pour your energy and your heart into this rescue mission, but in that process, a very dangerous bond starts to form. And let's be clear, this isn't love, it's trauma bonding. It's this powerful, confusing attachment that's born from a cycle of being devalued, and then, just when you're about to leave, being given these tiny crumbs of affection. You get addicted to the hope that your efforts will finally pay off, that you can be the one to heal them. It's a survival mechanism that can feel totally unbreakable. So look, understanding the dynamic is the first crucial step. But how do you actually break free and begin to heal? The goal has to shift from asking, why are they doing this, to how can I reclaim my own life?
The biggest mindset shift you have to make is something called radical acceptance. And trust me, this is tough. It means fully accepting, deep down in your bones, that you cannot fix them. No amount of love, or patience, or perfectly worded explanations will change their fundamental wiring. It's not about saying their behavior is okay. It's about accepting the reality of it so you can finally make choices that protect you.
This all requires some really practical tools. First, stop personalizing their negativity. It was always about them, it was never about you. Second, maintain solid boundaries. Think of them as your non-negotiable rules. Third, stop explaining or justifying yourself. It's a pointless exercise that just drains you. And finally, this one is critical. While they may have had a hard past, that is not an excuse for their current behavior.
You know, the experience of being in a relationship with a covert narcissist can be so isolating. And that's precisely because the abuse is so hard for anyone on the outside to see.
If any of this felt familiar to you, please know that you are not alone. Your story is valid, and sharing it can be an incredibly powerful step both for you and for others who are still trying to find the words for what they're going through.